Have you ever opened the hood of your vehicle to find major corrosion on your battery? All of this corrosion can cause false symptoms of a dead battery. As you can see, we've got a lot of corrosion on the bolt, nut, and on the terminal itself. Follow these steps to remove corrosion from your battery terminals. Let's get started. The first step is to remove the terminal clamp by loosening the nut on the bolt. In this case, loosening the nut is not enough, as the corrosion has caused the terminal clamp to seize onto the post. Try using a screwdriver as a wedge to pry apart the clamp. It may take some time, but should loosen up with enough effort. Once off the post, place it aside in a secure location. Next, we'll need to remove the opposite terminal clamp through the same process. Once removed, secure this terminal to the side as well. Using an old brush, sweep away all of the loose corrosion. While we have removed much of the corrosion, some remains on the battery post. To remove this corrosion, we'll be using a battery post brush. You can find this inexpensive brush at your local parts store. Place the brush over the battery post and begin turning it in one direction. If you try to turn the brush back and forth, it will likely bind, so make sure to turn it in only one direction. This battery post had lots of corrosion, so we're giving it a few extra turns to make sure we get all of it. This post looks much better than it did before, but looks like we created a bit more corrosion dust. Grab your old brush again and remove the remaining corrosion dust. To remove the remaining corrosion, we're going to be using some battery cleaner spray. Spray some onto a shop towel and wipe down the post and surrounding areas. Even though our opposite terminal didn't have as much corrosion, we're still going to give it a light brushing and wipe down. Now that both battery posts are clean, we're going to install anti-corrosion pads. These pads will help prevent the buildup of corrosion. Make sure to install the red pad on the positive post and the black one on the negative post. This will help avoid confusion when identifying posts in the future. Before we install the terminal clamps, we're going to remove the corrosion that is built up on the bolt and nut as well as the terminal clamp itself. We'll need to remove the nut and bolt from the terminal clamp before we can clean it. This bolt seized up due to the corrosion, but with enough effort it can be removed. Now that we've cleaned the bolt, nut, and terminal clamp, we can install onto the battery post. Reinsert the bolt into the terminal clamp and twist the nut onto the bolt. Place onto the battery post and press down to ensure it is secured well. Using your socket wrench, tighten the nut until it is snug. Try wiggling the terminal to ensure there is no play. Do the same for the opposite terminal. Finally, we'll want to add some anti-corrosion coating to the terminals. This will help prevent corrosion and future headaches. Apply generously on top of and around the terminals. Now these are some great looking battery terminals. The cleaning, corrosion pads, and anti-corrosion coating will keep your connection strong and avoid you getting rid of a perfectly good battery. You can find links to all of the tools and supplies we used in the video description. Thank you for watching, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any new content. Bye-bye!